Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? Back for this Wednesday night episode of Nights with Ping. How are you all? I was not expecting to jump on this early. It's still like 11:25. Normally we get on closer to midnight, but I'm not sure what's going on. Uh, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on because I see Trish doing something in the background, so I'm not sure if did she actually finish her show or did she just drop out? I'm worried that she just dropped out and you guys all assumed that she finished for the night. I'm worried that now I'm cutting into her show. She's cold. It is freezing down there. It is freezing. DJ's down there too. DJ, how cold is it where you are? You were showing me earlier today. DJ sent me a thing earlier today saying that like about 5 hours ago it was -6 degrees Celsius. And I think it was like 21 degrees Fahrenheit. She said good night. All right. She's cold. Oh, all right. I hope everyone in Texas keeps warm. They're going through a bit of a cold snap right now. Let's look it up. Let's go to Dallas Fort Worth. Dallas Fort Worth temp. They're saying right now it's 19 degrees Fahrenheit, -7 degrees Celsius. So it is freaking cold. And apparently, about 5 a.m. in the morning, it's going to get close to about -10 degrees Celsius. So probably like 15 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to be really cold down there overnight. They do. They have an isolated power grid that's only available in Texas. They're not connected to the national grid. So oftentimes they get these weird power outages. That happened last time, a couple of years ago. Hey, good to see you all. Good to see you all. She closed the show. Okay. All right. I don't. Insightful One is sick as well. Oh my god, it's going around. It's going around. DJ says current temperature -4 in Austin. Okay, so you're a little warmer. You're a little warmer in Austin. Um, so if you didn't hear, I'll say hello to everyone. Wait, hold on. I'll say hello to everyone, then I'll say the next bit. Hey DJ, how are you? I hate mornings. Marilyn Landis, bees are life. Burnt popcorn. No more. Hey, no more. April B's here. Nanalana, Marjorie. Who else do we have? My friend Deborah L. Bees are life. Lynn D. Hey, sweetheart. How are you? Gayla's here. Hey, Gayla. Marlene Clausen is here. Yeah, a lot of people. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it. The people who come here every night and have continued to come here every night, I really appreciate it. I'm not sure what's going on at the moment, but it's been a really funny month since the new year. Maybe I pissed a bunch of people off. Maybe I do that sometimes. Um, I want to talk about this just very briefly. If you haven't seen this, I will show it to you. I'm not going to mention her name, and all I'm going to say is this is the news coming out of the UK a few hours ago. So if you haven't seen this, apparently, I never know what to believe to be true with her. So it could be her publicist just saying it. But hey, media's picked it up now. They're saying that Polish woman who claimed to be missing Madeleine McCann has been arrested in the UK for allegedly stalking and harassing Jerry and Kate McCann. So she's been arrested. She flew into the airport, I think, about 8 hours ago, something like that. And she got picked up going through customs, apparently. So, yeah, she's doing this again. So I actually did some preemptive digging. I actually reached out to this DNA expert that she listed in her Instagram or whatever. I am waiting to hear back, and I'm hoping that I can get a clearer explanation of the data or tests or whatever happened with this DNA expert, and then we'll go from there. But I have reached out to that Dr. Miller, and I would like to speak to Dr. Miller separately away from her. Uh Blind DJ says, "Bees are life were gifted the membership." Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. And Bees are life. You're now a member. Yay! I think someone has a purple badge now, which is one of the later badges. Someone very soon is going to get the last one, which is I think there's a 12-month and a 24-month. The 24-month one is a really special one. It does not look like the ones that you've seen already. It is a completely different one. So if you get there, you'll get to see it. By the way, in March we'll have a new uh like a new perk. You'll be able to get a decal transfer that you can iron on anything, backpack, clothes, hat, whatever you want, and it's like a vinyl. So we've been working on that for like the last 8 weeks, and they will be free for members. I think it's members above the 5.99 tier or something, and you'll be able to get that mailed out to you for free each month. So you'll be able to pick a transfer each month, and you'll be able to get that for your membership every month. So that should be. I think we're doing that in should be March, but just don't hold me to it. I just got to double check. So yeah, it's like an iron-on transfer, and there'll be different sizes. So if you want like a little one, or you want like a really big one, so yeah, new perks for members. Um, oh, what airport? I'm gonna guess it was Heathrow, but I don't know. What does the article say? I just heard she was arrested. I know she was at Bristol. Bristol, yeah. So she was arrested at Bristol, and they say that they're holding her on suspicion of basically harassment and stalking of Madeleine McCann's parents. And that might stem from a few things. She posted on her Instagram account a phone call that she made to someone in the McCann family. And then Jerry hopped on the line and basically said, "Oh, it's the wrong number," and hung up. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I have reached out to that DNA expert. I want to talk to them separately and independently and try and verify some of this, because I know from working with some DNA companies that results aren't always what they seem. You could have something that looks really good, right? You'd be like, "Oh my God, we got like 5 matches." And that's something like 28 million people in the world could have the same result if you tested them. So you got to be really careful. Got to have a look, find a look at these details. It's very easy to get excited over like, "Oh my God, I could be the daughter of blah blah." No, you got to got to look at it more. Kathy said, "Who's your longest member?" There's a few people that still have their membership current from the day I opened them. I'm not quite sure who it is. I'd have to go back and check. But there are a few people who bought their membership on the day it opened, and they still paid for it like every month. They didn't have a break and then put it back on or whatever. They've had it the entire time. There's a few of them. So probably Kathy, probably you, and Moonlight View. There's probably a few others. There's probably maybe Marilyn Landis. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of people. Maybe Moonlight View. Moonlight View's been a member since day one as well. I'm not sure. I'll go back and check, and I'll tell you guys tomorrow. Blaze says, "Good evening, Ping and everyone. Good evening. How are you? Good to see you." So, yeah, that doctor was from a company called forensicdnaexperts.com. And I have that images here, and I was having a look through them, but this is not the normal way we get DNA results in, say, true crime. So I am struggling a little bit with it because it doesn't make a lot of sense. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you. Does that work? Yeah. All right. I just don't know if this is just another one of her fantasies. So here's what she put out on Instagram. Oh, I should have blocked out the stupid Instagram. Sorry about that. Don't go there. What does it say? This is the middle one is the DNA lab or something. Yeah, so they're saying here that It's not a full match or something. The proportion of shared between the two profiles is yeah, I'd like to know more about this shared profile here, 69.23%. And then they say perfect parent-child match. What was the source of that DNA data? It's not like people just have Madeleine McCann's DNA lying around. It's not like I can just go, I'm gonna request it from the Portuguese police, and they're definitely gonna give it to me. I don't know if it gets just handed out like candy. So that is why I've contacted that doctor. I've got some burning questions I'd like to ask. One is, where did the DNA come from? Two, is it what was the chain of custody for that DNA? I'd like to know that. What was the chain of custody from wherever they got it from to them? And what do these results really mean? And could you how many people in the world could get a similar result if you tested them out of the entire world population? Because I'm just going to have a little tiny guess that it is more than about how many people in the McCann family? I don't know. There's Jerry, there's the mom, they've got two kids or something. So, like, four at least there. There's probably at least more than 10 people that could match to this. So, how realistic is this result? How special is it? And, those type of things. So I wanna hear it from this expert's, mouth, so to speak. I wanna hear it from them. Um, yeah, it did. It did. And it said that she was from Polish descent. Apparently, she had a new one that said she's part Irish or something and part English. Yeah, everyone is. Like 80% of the world or something. I bet you if I tested myself now, I'd probably get English and Polish and Scottish and European, and that's everyone because our DNA has been moved around in countries and people have moved places and, throughout millennia, everyone's got some fragmented DNA. Everyone. So yours might be different. Yours might say you're 28% native Canadian. Who knows? Like it's everyone's got fragmented DNA, but a lot of people come from like Europe or England, or sorry, the UK. Can't just isolate England. Gayla says, I'm Scottish, German, and Irish at least. Yeah, see. Rachel said, if she did the same testing, I'm not sure I believe any of it. She's disturbed and needs help. Right. That's why I reached out to the doctor directly and not her. Because you don't know who's doing screenshots of what and editing what in Photoshop and who's mistaking things. Like, some people, when they told something, right? I'll use a very awful example. You know, Belle Gibson. She's a very extreme example, but she was told, "Oh, you've got X, Y, and Z, maybe," and then she took it to be like, "Oh my god, I'm dying. I'm gonna start a wellness app, and I'm gonna I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna cure myself with apple cider vinegar." Like that type of thing. Like they mistake what they hear. They put too much value into what they're hearing, and they misconstrue it to whatever they want. And that's again another reason I want to speak to this doctor. Anyway, it was quite late at night when I got in contact with them, so it probably won't hear back till tomorrow. We'll see. Kathy says, my Abercrombie ancestors are from Scotland. The potato famine sent them to England and then America. Yes, if you want to get some potatoes, head to Idaho. That if you can't get them in Ireland or Scotland, head to Idaho. They got heaps of them. They even have a festival every year at New Year's. Bees Life said she stole the jewelry off her sleeping, dying mum. She's crooked as she comes. I agree. She There's actually a thing here. I'll show it to you. Where is it? Nah, not that, not that. This woman also is to blame. This woman here, I don't know what her name is. I didn't bother to learn it. She's also suspicious. Oh, there's a better bit where they talk about her background. There was a bit where they were explaining that she'd actually reached out to a charity in Poland several times, claiming to be all these different missing children, like several of them. I was just trying to find the names of them for you. I wasn't actually going to do a big thing on this. I just wanted to tell you that she'd been arrested. No, that's not that one. It's not that one. I got a few of these. Is it this one? It does not. I don't have it, but yeah, apparently she'd contacted this Polish charity like several times, claiming to be all these different missing children. I don't know why we'd put any stock into anything that she says after she tried this 2 years ago. Tried to say, I am Madeleine McCann, and then they did a DNA test that said she's like 99.9% Polish, and it just didn't, blew her case apart. You can't put any trust into people that seem to get off on lying to everyone. She may very well have had a very hard life. I don't think anyone is disputing that as such. But it doesn't make her Madeleine McCann. It doesn't make her Jerry's Polish love child. I don't think Jerry went to Poland and got himself some, a side of dumplings. I don't think that ever happened. I don't think he flew to Poland and got himself some, some Polish love. Rachel said, they're from Washington. You should demand local. Demand local. I wouldn't give her any time. That's why I don't mention her name, because I don't think she deserves. She deserves to be deplatformed, and she doesn't deserve a platform. And the people giving it to her are part of the problem. There's a lot of people out there that are willing to ride her coattails of media highlight just to up their own channels, and it's filthy. It's gross. That's why I don't put her in the title. I don't put her name anywhere. They're not in the description. I don't even say her name on the thing. This woman needs a hug. I don't know what she needs, but hopefully she's about to get it in England, because I think the officers from Operation Grange may have a few questions for her. All right, hold on. I have to fix something. Hold on. Moonlight View says, but he may have gone to Italy and made some ravioli. Maybe a lot of a lot of dough to be pressed. A lot of dough to be squished. You're sick, Moonlight View. You're sick. Catatonic. Hey, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. All right, that's all I'm going to do on that. If I end up hearing back from this DNA expert, I'll let you know. Yeah. Geez, hold. Sorry, I got a beard hair in my mouth, and I was like, "Ugh, gross." I don't want to talk like that with for the show. Um, Moonlight View says, "Very." That's right. You sick puppy, you. Okay, let's stop that. All right, we have some updates and some stories to talk to you about. Um, this one out of California is really interesting, but also extremely sad. And I'm going to take you there. Maybe Ping got it wrong. No, I'm right. I'm right. So this is out of San Bernardino, our favorite place in California. This woman was killed in a murder for hire plot, and they chased her around the vehicle like it was two children playing like tag or catchy or whatever, and she's running around this vehicle, and they gun her down. It is awful. I'm gonna play this video, then I'll tell you a bit more details that I've been able to find out.
The video is shocking as an armed man chases a woman around a car in broad daylight and murders her.
I'd like to first extend our condolences to the family and the many friends who were impacted by this senseless criminal act.
In a news conference, the San Bernardino police chief and county district attorney announced this was no random crime, it was murder for hire. The reason, a pending divorce.
Definitely a murder for hire case. There is evidence to show that the suspects did stalk our victim for several days and months prior to this murder.
All of this took place on January 10th in front of this restaurant in San Bernardino after police say this man, Sergio Reveles, the victim's husband, hired these other 4 men to kill her. Security video shows Yesenia Torres, also known as Jessica, walking out of the restaurant and getting in her car. A small SUV drives up. The passenger gets out and approaches her car armed. She jumps out. There's a struggle as she hits him with her purse, even grabs the gun. A good Samaritan runs out to help, but then the gunman opens fire.
There was a total of 9 rounds shot at the victim.
Detectives described what happened next after they froze the video.
And chasing around the vehicle, firing multiple times at her. Unfortunately, she was struck, slowed her down, and the suspect again shot her an additional time with a fatal wound.
Police say the shooter is 31-year-old Gerardo Torres. Also arrested, the man investigators say drove the car. The brother of the driver was an employee of this pallet company, which is owned by this man, who leases the property from the victim and her husband. Court documents state they all assisted in this crime.
Jessica was a businesswoman in our community. She was well known and well respected by many throughout the community.
Investigators say in the last month, they've recovered hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash for the murder and other evidence to prove their theory. And they hope these arrests will bring a little peace to those wondering how this could have happened at all.
I pray that the efforts of our team, of our investigators, bring some small measure of closure to the family and all those impacted by this.
Probably one of the most crazy videos I've ever seen. That poor woman trying to keep herself alive after she realized what was going on and that the guy had a weapon. And she starts running around that vehicle, eventually running towards the business, hoping to get help. And they gun her down with her back turned to them. It is awful. Really is. The husband is frightening, indeed. April says, horrible, what is wrong with people? I don't know. Hold on. Sorry about that. Yeah, ring around the car, ring a Rosie. That is what it felt like. Nonalana says the police always wear all their medals when doing a press conference. They do. I don't know why. I'm not a cop. You'd have to ask them. They are cowards. All these men. Look at all these men lined up in that thing. Let's go back. Where are they? All these men to take out just one woman. Where's this thing? Hang on. Pause this. Hey, mute. There we go. If we go back, there was that. Look at these. All these guys. You needed all of them to take out one lady. Like, how much of a coward are you? They must be big cowards. There you go. Look at them. All these guys to take out one ex-wife. And you paid for this too. Just walk away. Who cares what she takes from you? Now you get to spend the rest of your life in jail. Congratulations. You won the stupid prize for F around and find out. And you won it. You won. You won the grand prize. Now you get to spend your life in jail because you are dumb. Like super dumb. Just walk away. Who cares what she takes from you? You can always earn more money. You can always earn more cash. You can always make another business. You can do whatever. You can't get yourself out of jail when you're already there. It's very hard, especially if you're on a murder for hire. It's very difficult. It would have cost you less. Now you got to pay all these legal fees too, because you're probably going to burn a bunch of money on that. If you're trying to protect money, they'll assess you that you've got a bunch of cash, and they'll take that for your legal defense. So you lost. Like, you won the dumb prize for being stupid. It's very stupid. Moonlight View says no Taco Bell ever again. That's right, none for you. And they did it right outside of the donut shop. Like, I mean, you should get an extra 10 years just for that. Look, right outside of that nice donut store. You should get 10 years extra added on. How dare you do that in front of the donuts? Oh, really? Let me see. I want to see someone who looks like an elf. This guy? No. Let's see. We got more guys. This guy, the guy at the front, he's got very low ears. He'd make a very good extra on the set of Lord of the Rings. He would. Perp number 2 is ready for liftoff. Sorry about that. Beezar Life says, yes, the leading cause of death in pregnant women is homicide. That is true. That is very true. Let me break this down. Hey, get off. There we go. Victim 2, Yesenia Torres. But everyone called her Jessica, apparently. And they're saying here, definitely a murder for hire case. There is evidence to show that the suspects did stalk our victim for several days, months prior to this murder. She may not even known that people were following her. How gruesome, really. Police say the incident stemmed from a contentious divorce between Torres and Reveles. Jessica was a businesswoman and she worked in the community. Yeah, I don't understand why this is not all over like CNN, like late night news. There's like 200 podcasts on it. It's another weird thing of like, oh, she's Hispanic. Oh, well, we don't care about that. She's a brown lady. Oh, she's less worthy of media attention. Like, it's not being as massive. Like, if someone shot dead a white lady in her like cul-de-sac home with a white picket fence, there'd be helicopters. There'd be like several press conferences. CNN would be there. Nancy Grace would actually leave her house and go somewhere. Like, it'd be bonkers. Yeah. They're saying here, the Lamas and the brothers, I'm going to say this wrong. My Spanish is terrible. Arnaldo and Ronaldo brothers, 54 and 37 respectively, were arrested January 16th and charges were filed by the district attorney's office on January 21. They say after police gathered more information and additional search warrants, they were arrested last Thursday. Police said it was initially difficult to find a connection between all the suspects and the victim. Not really. They all worked for the same company. What were you doing there? Sitting there going, we can't see how these people know each other. It's very confusing. We're going to need more time undercover for this. We need to go undercover at the pallet factory and find out just how deep this conspiracy runs. It seems like they just all knew each other through work. That's it. It's not that complicated. It's not that, didn't need to have like some sort of like 2-year investigation over it. But yeah, poor woman, gunned down. They're next due in court, all 5 of them. They're next due in court March 14. They say the DA says the men are being charged with murder with 3 special circumstances, which include lying in wait. Yes. Okay. And financial gain. Yeah, it seems about right. And crime committed in the commission of a robbery. Okay. They say here, police say they hope the arrest will bring a little peace to those who wondered how this all could have happened. They say, I pray the efforts of our team of investigators bring some small measure of closure to the family and all those impacted by this. Well, not Jessica Torres. She dead. Like, she ain't getting any comfort. She gets some justice, but no comfort. Let's see if I can find anything else on... I want to see if we can find the pure CCTV. Give me a sec. Hold on, everyone. Actually, I got a better photo of those 5 guys. Not 5 guys like the place you buy burgers. This place. With all these guys. There you go. There's all 5 of the suspects. What does this one say? They say here... Okay. Yeah, so they were all surrounding that pallet company. So they were all either working there or renting space from them. They say a total of 7 search warrants were served at residents connected to the suspects that turned up hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash. Well, you're definitely going to win the dumb award because they're going to take it away and it's going to be proceeds of crime or evidence. So you lost. You rolled the dice, you did something dumb, you killed your ex-wife, and now you got nothing. Now you're sitting in a jail cell in California wondering how you got there. Well, it was all because of yourself. They're saying here, according to the San Bernardino DA, each suspect is facing those murder charges with the 3 special circumstances. They say here, the plot stemmed from what authorities called an ugly multi-year divorce between the couple and was amplified by millions of dollars in assets the two shared across LA, San Bernardino, and Riverside counties. They say the evidence to show that the suspects did stalk her for several months before the murder. Brutal. It's just brutal. So it was all over money. That's all it is. Yeah, let's go to San Bernardino Police Department on YouTube. I want to see if they have that full video. Yeah, let's go here. I just want to see if they have that full CCTV or not. Not like her being killed. Like, I mean, the bit before it. Hold on, guys. Sorry. The cookie is here. She's here. All right. Let me check San Bernardino. No, I don't see it on their page. All right, that's annoying. Murder for hire investigation continued. What? Oh, okay. Let's have a look at this from the San Bernardino PD. All right, we're not allowed to play the cool music, but we can show you this. This is apparently footage of their investigation into this murder for hire. So this is them raiding people's homes and dragging their asses out. So I can't play the cool. I think it's an Eminem song, but I can't play it. Yeah, here you go. Kick their ass in. There you go. In the middle of the night. I love it. Wake them up. Oh, an angle grinder. Hold on. There you go. That was pretty cool. I want to watch that again. I want to see. So I love how they had like some sort of camera set up. Like they're like, here, make sure you get the Fast and the Furious shot right at the start. We need it for the video. Oh, did they fire a flashbang on that home? They did. They flashbanged them. That's really funny. It's a weird place to fire it though. Look at that. It hit the roof. Maybe they were just trying to wake them up. They're just like, wake up, boom. Just shoot at the roof. Make sure they're awake when we come in. That was pretty cool. Yeah, because like, where else would they have fired? And look, one of the suspects being taken into custody. They dragged this guy out as well, and the little dog. Oh, little dog's following him. He's like, Dad, where are we going? Dad's like, I'm going to jail, son. Going to jail. And they bust into the home. And then they break open this with the angle grinder. That's pretty cool. Oh, what was that? Oh, some sort of random white rocks. I'm gonna guess that is Coca-Cola. That's what it looks like to me. That looks like good old cocaine. It looks like rock cocaine. And some sort of random firearm too. Doesn't look like crystal, but it's got that milky white sort of whiteness of coke. And then they found more evidence, more money. Look at that. Lots of cash. Lots of $1 bills. What stripper did they rob? Like, did they go to a strip club and just rob the girls? Like, why do they have so many $1 bills? They're walking around like they're gangsters with 500 $1 bills. They're like, look how rich I am. These ones are 100 those. These ones look like hundreds, but just a bunch of $1 bills. It's like the weakest like pile of money I've ever seen in like a press conference. It's like, look at all the money they had, all in ones, not $100 notes, all in $1 notes. There you go, signing some sort of bench warrants. There you go, San Bernardino PD. So that was them being arrested for that murder for hire. Going to the club tomorrow. I don't think the strippers are going to be impressed with a whole bunch of ones. Isn't that what the rappers do now? They make it rain with hundreds or something. I don't know. I don't think Ping's ever been there. Marlene said the gang who could not shoot straight. That's right. The fact they were right behind their target in that video, and she still got a chance to run around the car several times like it was some sort of Benny Hill TV show. Like why don't you just, if you're going to shoot her, why don't you just shoot her with like straight away? Why'd you make her run around the vehicle and then run away from you for like 10 minutes? It's the weakest assassination attempt I think I've ever seen. Let's see. Oh, Jerry. Wait, what happened? I'm trying to find out what these guys. Oh no, she's having an off day. She's not feeling very well. That's why she's here. She's not supposed to be here, but she's not feeling very well. So you have the tune in your head. Oh, by the way, thank you to my friend. I don't know what name I'm supposed to use. My friend Jay-Z, not the rapper though. My other friend Jay-Z, the one from the chat. Thank you very much for the donation too. There was a donation that came through like 11:30 last night. So thank you to that person. That helps a lot. I appreciate it. And I'm just not sure what chat name I'm supposed to use, but I'll just call you Jay-Z, and we'll just pretend like you're the rapper from New York. But thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. It's very kind of you. And yeah. All right. Let me see if I have anything else on these brothers. Reynaldo. All right. Let's see if I have anything else on this murder for hire guy. Let's go here. Oh, we have a way better photo of all these punks. What happened to this guy here? He looks like Jabba the Hutt. Like, he looks like the Spanish version of Jabba the Hutt. He looks like he could play that in the next Star Trek movie. And yeah, they all look like their sisters might be their mothers. All of them. Let's look here. She was a very pretty lady. Very pretty. It's a shame that she had such a jerk face husband and his friends. They say during the press conference, authorities announced that on January 16, they had arrested the 5 people, including the getaway driver. Haha, sucked in. They say when they were arrested, evidence linking them to the murder was recovered, including $286,000 in cash, including $50 in $1 notes. Okay, sorry, I added that. It doesn't say that in the article. They say further investigation uncovered a deeper conspiracy. I always knew that pizza thing was real, that Pizzagate. They uncovered that during a murder for hire. I knew it. I knew people had been ordering children from a pizza store in Philadelphia. I knew it. They say on February 13th, authorities arrested them. Yeah, we know that. all charged with murder. Yeah, I want to find that. Hold on, ladies and gents. Why does San Bernardino not have a YouTube? Maybe they can't afford one. Let's see if they have anything. Hey, stomach, we can eat later. Shush. The last upload on this YouTube page is almost 7 years ago. What? Hold on. Why is that? Press conference. The last one on the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department was 3 months ago. It's nice to know the authorities in San Bernardino have a great social media budget. It's fantastic. It's nice to know that they have someone who releases press conferences. That is very strange. All right. I don't know why they don't have one. Contentious divorce. Okay. That's what we want. Come on, you got to load. It's the same one we did before. That's okay. All right. I think that's it of this one. I was hoping to have more, but there you go. You can just have their ugly faces for a couple more minutes. There you go. All right, let me get out of Facebook. Let me get out of that. Let's get out of that. All right. Let's move on. Got more stories to talk to you about. Let's go to Australia. Australia. I got a story out of Australia I want to talk to you about. A cold case that they're actually re-investigating from many, many years ago. Nope, don't do that. And then I got another one I want to talk to you about a story that connects to a story we brought to you the other day. But instead of being in the USA, this one is in Australia. And if you can guess which story it is, I will give you nothing. Okay, where's our other cold case investigation? No, you're going to be silly? Okay, fine. Fine, let's do it this way. I'll give you the other one first, and then I'll have to find the other one. They say Cody Asplet, 27, charged after a secretive, well, what we call the AFP, which is the Australian Federal Police, which is like your FBI. Child, this word, probe. They say a man has been charged with 92 animal and CA offenses, can be revealed as an amateur model and former lover of an ex-Moonee Valley councillor after a long-running gag order was lifted. Here's his, I don't know what this is, probably something from his dating profile. They say an aspiring young model. I don't know about the model thing. And they say former lover of a controversial ex-Melbourne councillor stands accused of shocking word that means relation with animals and CSAM offences or CA offences. They say Cody Asplet, 27, is facing almost 100 charges following a secretive AFP child word probe. They say the amateur model once. Why do we keep saying the same thing over and over again? How many times do you have to tell us he was an amateur model and was once dating a Moonee Valley councillor? Why do we have to keep saying that? They say apparently he was once linked to an ex-Moonee Valley councillor, Jacob Bedio, and then he faced the Melbourne Magistrates Court last week where a long-running gag order over his criminal case was lifted. For almost a year, the public has been prevented from knowing the details of his sick alleged offending while living in Melbourne. It can now be revealed that the Sydney-born man has been charged with 92 offences, dating from January 2022 until his arrest in 2024. The charge sheets obtained by Herald Sun allege he intentionally penetrated an animal at South Melbourne on or before November 29th, 2023. The offence carries a maximum prison term of 5 years in prison. They say Mr. Asplet is also facing dozens of charges of using a carriage service to transmit and access CSAM material and using a carriage service in a menacing, harassing, or offensive way. His now deleted Instagram account, followed by more than 13,000 people, featured multiple images of dogs that he had in his care over the recent years, including Kelpies, Dachshunds, Labradors, Huskies, and German Shepherds. They say now living in Sydney, Mr. Asplet fronted court virtually last Friday, where his lawyer sought an extension of the suppression order protecting his identity. But the request was abandoned after the magistrate declared she had prior knowledge of the gag order and that it was intended only to protect the integrity of the Australian Federal Police probe, which has now concluded. So the gag order for this particular case wasn't to protect him. It was to allow the AFP to continue to investigate and see if there was any more people they could arrest. Now that they have finished, they don't need like to continue the gag order. So now he has been named and shamed as someone who hurts animals and children. They say the court heard the case involved a complex brief of evidence with more than 1,000 pages of material only recently added. They say Mr. Asplet was allegedly a member of an online group where users would share illicit CSAM material. It is understood the group was infiltrated and users charged as part of investigations by the AFP and the Joint Anti-Child E-Word team. Can't say that word, it's on the YouTube ban list. Which includes federal and state detectives investigating. According to Mr. Asplet's online modeling profile, he had been working in the industry since the age of 18. In 2022, he publicly declared he was in a relationship with that Moonee Valley councillor, who also lost their career in local government following a damning independent broad-based anti-corruption commission probe on his work with the council. They say Mr. Asplet will return to court in March of this year. What a sick individual. 92 charges, including that one I read out to you. So let's see what else we can find about Mr. Asplet. Oh, he's on a modeling site. Let's have a look. Here he is. What does he say? He says, I live in the Sutherland Shire in Sydney and have lived here all my life, except for when you go to Melbourne and penetrate animals. Okay. He says, I love to travel and be part of the bigger picture. You are now. You're all over the internet as an animal abuser. Ta-da! And he says, I would love to pursue a career in modeling and acting. You can do that when you're behind bars. They have fashion shows, like you can do like Jail's Got Talent. I'm sure they have those type of talent shows in jail. That's what all the Hollywood movies, they lead us to believe they do. They say here, I'm currently with Moda Management and Style Academy Australia, as well as doing freelance work. I like to expand my various styles and types of shoots to gain more experience in different versions. I would like to also get into acting as well as more modeling. Well, you're gonna get your biggest role soon. You're gonna have to play remorseful prisoner at a court. It's going to be the biggest acting career of your life. You're going to have to go method. You're going to have to go method here. You're really going to have to nail it because, you don't get paid for it either. It's free. It's a free job, but hey, it'll affect your life. Don't get this right, you go to jail. Get it right, you probably still go to jail, but with less time. So here he is. Let's look at this guy. Oh, it looks, there you go. Unedited proof photo. Okay, that's a great thing to leave in your, portfolio. It'll definitely impress all the Hollywood recruiters. Oh, he's got a video.
Hi, my name's Cody Asplet. I'm 22 years young from the beautiful area of the Sutherland Shire, Sydney. I am a model/actor and have been since the young age of 18. When I'm not too busy modeling, I'm taking my beautiful companion here on new adventures and walks and exploring new places. I am always excited to take on new projects and hope to help you achieve the goals that you set out with yours. I hope to hear from you soon. Bye for now.
Oh, you'll be hearing from us soon. I mean, he even has a dog in the video. He even has an animal, and the animal was like, "Let me go." You could tell the animal was like, "Please let me go. It's not cute. I don't want to be here." Let's see. Let's go back. I want to go back to that. If I can, here we go. Star power. Apparently my browser is freezing all the time. Come on. Here we go. All right, Mr. Asplet. Look, there's a dog right here. The dog's like, "Let me go. Let me go." Poor dog. Well, this is him. You heard it from his own voice. This is definitely him, Mr. Cody Asplet. Let's see. Does his Facebook come up? Let's have a look. This content isn't available at the moment. Yeah, you'd hope it wasn't. What about his Instagram? This page isn't available. All right. Well, lucky for that. Let's see. Cody Asplet. Let's have a look. No, he's definitely deleted his social media, like it said in the article. But yeah, there you go. Mr. Generic Guy 47, because that's what he looks like. He looks like, like when you can design a sim in like that video game called The Sims. He definitely looks like young male 21. Like he just generic. Like AI made this. Nothing entirely special about him. Asplet. Let's see. I can give you his wait, his full name's on the screen. What are you talking about? His full name's here. It's right here. Cody Asplet. There you go. Cody 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 ass split. Because his ass will be split in jail. There you go. That's how you say his name. There you go. So he's in a lot of trouble, a world of pain, and I don't think people are going to take too kindly to him in jail for what he's done to these children and animals. That's right. Ass split. That's his last name. Asplet? Yeah. Snapcrackle Pop says, "I'm cutting out early and can't quit sneezing." You need some like medication. Like Ping has it, like this stuff. What do you call this stuff? Flonase or whatever. Need some allergy medication. Oh, really? I'll go back. Let me see. Cody Asplet. There you go. But yeah. He's got a new nickname now. Life times 10. Life times 10, that sounds good. An antihistamine? Yeah. Bye, Snapcrackle. Bye-bye. Yeah, so he's in a lot of trouble, Mr. Model Man. And I just want to see if there's anything else about him. It looks like the only one... No, there's one more. Actually, hold on. Just having a look at a list here. They said this has been under a gag order for over a year. But when I search his name, he comes up on a Supreme Court like docket. I'm just seeing if he really is on here. They may have removed it. Because his name does ping on here. Cody Asplet. Let's have a look. Cody, where are you? No? Doesn't seem to be coming up. Weird. I wonder why it tagged him. Maybe when he got the gag order, they removed it. Yeah, it's not on there. Weird. Because I'll show you. There's a list of people who appeared last year. And when I search his name, it pings on this particular docket. But unless I missed it, I don't see it. No. This was for the Melbourne Magistrates Court in July last year. But yeah, they may have removed it. What do they say here? They say Cody from Sydney was charged with those 92 offences. We know that. They're saying he fronted Melbourne Magistrates Court last week via video link where that gag order was lifted. And that's what he looks like now. So that is definitely the guy we saw on the modeling website. That is definitely him. Ain't no hiding from it. There's his weirdo, probably like Tinder profile. And they say the 27-year-old was charged following the AFP investigation, which had been looking into an online group who were allegedly sharing CSAM material. He had been an aspiring model for nearly a decade, but does not appear to have done any high-profile work. There you go. So he wasn't a model. He was a failed model. You know, there's a big difference. You either work and make money at it, or you don't work at it and you don't make any money at it, and you can't call yourself a model. He's very fit. Do you want me to introduce you to? I can get his number for you, Kathy. You let me know. James Avery said he was a car dealer in a small town. David Letterman had him on a lot. This guy? I feel like I'm missing something here. What? Dick Arsman. No, I don't remember that. I don't remember that on David Letterman. No, I can't say I do. All right, hold on. I'm going to grab this link for our other story. Hold on. All right, sorry about that. Hey Carolina. Oh, Carolina, yeah. I reached out to our other friend, Carolina, Carla, but no response. Kathy said, I'm so glad my husband's last name wasn't Asplet or Arsman. He may still be an Arsman. See, you're just walking right into the jokes right now. Right into them. You're setting them up and I'm just knocking them down. All right. Pretty awful case, this one. And then, there's that other one. Damn it. There we go. They say man accused of murdering a baby asked unusual question, doctor says. They say an accused baby murderer asked if the boy's bones were okay as emergency department staff tried to revive him, a doctor has told a court. The man's name, Benjamin Joseph Swan, he's 30, is accused of murder and child homicide, but denies killing his ex-partner's baby, who was found unresponsive at a Werribee home on January 19, 2024. They're saying here the boy was struggling to breathe and cold to the touch when he was brought into the Werribee Mercy Hospital And they say pediatric registrar Anna Cartwright told the court the infant had small bleeds in the white of his eyes and bruising around his neck region, the doctor said today. Staff worked to stabilize his condition, and the boy underwent a chest X-ray to see if there were any issues with his lungs. See if there was any issues with his lungs, given his breathing issues and premature birth. The court was told she gave Swan and the boy's mother an update after the X-ray. Good work, Ping. They say Swan asked if the boy's bones were okay. The doctor told the court the question seemed strange. He said, "I found it unusual with the absence of any known trauma. It prompted her to ask if the pair." It was a lady, sorry, not a guy. It prompted her to ask if the child had accidentally been dropped or if he had fallen, to which they had denied. Cartwright confirmed the hospital staff did not put the child through another X-ray to check the rest of his body, given he was extremely unwell. They said they organized for the child to be transferred to the Royal Children's Hospital, and Cartwright invited Swan and the mother to say goodbye to the boy. She said the mother was crying as she kissed and hugged her baby, while Swan stayed further back with almost a smile on his face. What a sick guy. They're saying here, the court was told the baby was checked by a maternal health nurse days before his death and appeared healthy. Police had also attended the mother's home earlier in January over allegations of family violence. She claims Swan had choked her until she lost consciousness, which he denies. Swan is facing a committal hearing on charges of murder, child homicide, and various assault offenses against the boy's mother. They're saying the hearing is expected to last around 5 days in court, and hopefully that little boy gets some justice. I want to see if we have a photo of the little boy. Apparently he seemed almost glad that the child was going to die. What a loser. Let me see if I get a photo of him. Here's one of the only photos I can find of this fella. Here's one of the photos of him. And Benjamin accused killer laughed. Yeah, so apparently he did. He laughed as the baby lay dying. That is gross. What a loser. Yeah. There's another photo, a bigger photo of him right there. So yeah, they're saying he was detached from the situation while in the hospital, and that he was just leaning back, very, very calm, not doing anything. They're saying he wasn't bothered with what was happening with the baby and didn't seem to care. Yeah, so they're saying that the hearing will continue. So we'll probably find out more about Benjamin Joseph Swan at a later date. I just want to see if we can get... Did they do anything on him here? Weird. Benjamin Joseph Swan. It's weird that there's like no news articles for it. Hold on. So this was back in 2024. It says Melbourne man charged with murder of baby boy in Werribee. This was Thursday, the 8th of February last year. So about a year ago. That's when he was originally charged with the crime. Okay. They say police have charged a man with the murder of an infant boy at a property in Melbourne's southwest last month. They say 29-year-old Benjamin Joseph Swan appeared in Melbourne Magistrates Court a year ago. Police said paramedics were called to the reports of an unresponsive baby at a Werribee property about 4 a.m. on January 19th. Okay. So the paramedics originally went to the property, then took the baby to hospital, and the child was like unconscious. They say the child was transported to the hospital where he was assessed as suffering significant assault-related injuries. He died the following morning in hospital, and police were called to investigate. Today, the homicide squad detectives charged a 29-year-old Hillside man with murder and child homicide. Police said the man was not the biological father of the infant, but the parties involved were known to each other. So he wasn't even the real father of the child. He was like a, I don't know, stepfather or something. So it wasn't even his baby. Very sad, right? So he took out all his aggression and relationship issues with the mum on the baby, but he also beat up the mum too. He's just a violent scumbag, just a loser. Hopefully he gets a 9,000 year sentence and we never have to hear from him ever again. He'll never get to harm another child or woman. Carolina says, I'll never understand how could anyone harm, kill a precious, beautiful baby. There's some people in life that just don't see other humans as any type of empathy or need to care about. And they just take out all their violence and anger and emotions on everyone around them because they're unable to regulate them like their own feelings. And yeah, they just take it out on people surrounding them. Trisha must be behind. She's talking about Jerry McCann. Hey, Trisha, how are you? If he's found guilty, let me have a look. Because I don't know this particular charge that he's got. I've never heard of that before. I mean, I've heard of murder, but not this particular one. So let me try and find out what that would mean. So, here, murder and child homicide. I'm guessing it's life in prison. It just has to be. All right, hold on. Okay. What is the... Yeah. They say child homicide is defined by Section 5A of the Crimes Act 1958, occurs when a person, by their conduct, kills a child under the age of 6 in circumstances that amount to manslaughter. They say child homicide is an alternative charge to manslaughter and homicide by firearm. Accordingly, child homicide has the same elements as the common law offense of manslaughter, but with the additional element that the child is a victim under the age of 6. Odd. So, why would a child homicide be worth less than an adult homicide? Weird, right? They're saying on this article that it's equivalent to a manslaughter charge, like a murder 2 or murder 3. Weird. What is the legislation? Crimes Act 1958, Section 5A. Child homicide is a Category 2 offense under the Sentencing Act 1991. But he's got done with murder, like he's got done with normal murder as well. So murder would be life in prison if he's convicted. Weird. I've never heard it described in that way. 5 minutes in jail. Yeah, I've never heard it. Why would a child's life be worth less than an adult, though? I don't understand that. It's just like, oh, it was a child, so, oh, who cares? We'll just do it like manslaughter. It's weird. Baby Fallon? I don't know that one. Hey, Carlisa, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Hope you've been doing well. Hope you've been doing well. All right, we're gonna leave that one. He's in court every day, so if I hear more, I'll let you know. And I want to go back here. By the way, no new updates on our missing girl, Sophia. I don't have anything about that. We did have a different Amber Alert, but it got resolved very quickly today. Also, for people wondering, I got an email today very early this morning. Remember, I got a hire car in Tasmania, and someone at the hotel hit my hire car. I got an email finally this morning closing my hire car account. They finally finished. They got the car back. It's been repaired, and the insurance on the person who hit it has paid for all the damage. So it has been resolved. They didn't come after me, thank God, and it's all good. All good. Okay. Let me go there and then. Okay. So apparently 4 hours ago. All right. Let's go to WYFF, whatever TV channel that is, about this trial that's ongoing right now. I'm just going to do an update for it and then that's it. But a very awful case. This is Zachary Hughes, and he's admitted to killing Christina Parcell while testifying in his own defense on Wednesday. Pretty rare. We don't hear a lot of people testify on their own defense. Megan Boswell decided not to, so this will be interesting.
Under oath while testifying in his own defense, Zachary Hughes admitted he was the person who killed Christina Parcell in October 2021.
But while testifying, Hughes was held in contempt for violating the judge's order. Our Ray Urena joins us live at the Greenville County Courthouse with a recap of his testimony. Ray?
Nigel Carroll, Hughes' testimony began detailing his life while growing up before getting into the details of the actual murder and explaining to the jury why he says he felt he needed to kill Christina Parcell.
I didn't feel anger. I felt pity because I realized that this was just the only way to save a child.
Zachary Hughes explaining his motive behind killing Christina Parcell. He says concerns over Parcell's daughter's safety grew due to John Mello.
Since the end of June, I believe was in complete and grave danger every moment of her life that she was living with her mother. And the other things that I had tried to do to save her from that were not working.
Hughes says he filed an affidavit and contacted the Department of Social Services prior to Parcell's death. He says days before the murder, he was offered a new music job.
I had gotten this offer to go on this cruise ship, and I would have been leaving the country for a long time. Essentially, it was now or never.
On October 13th, Hughes says he drove in his truck to Canebrake while avoiding traffic cameras. He says he had a knife, a gun, gloves, paint thinner, and a box of roses.
Yeah, those are all the things I take with me. Definitely the paint thinner, a box of roses, a firearm. Sounds completely normal. No, sounds like this guy is like a very dangerous man. Patty says Zach Hughes is a delusional. Yeah, he's so delusional. He got Mello arrested. Excellent. They both should be charged. Yes. Rose petal murders. Yes, that is what it is. Yeah, and then I feel like he couldn't ignore the limelight. He's like, if I don't testify, I won't get my 5 minutes in the media where I get to talk. That's all it feels like to me.
I told her that while I was holding the box and the roses, that I had a delivery for Lutina Parcell, her sister.
After he says he realized Parcell was alone, he says he pulled out the gun, ordered Parcell inside where she fought for her life.
So I just kept striking her until finally we fell on the floor. And at this point, I had just tried to take my mind out of it and just try to get through this and finish it as quickly as possible.
Ray, why was Hughes held in contempt of court?
Nigel, he was held in contempt because he violated the judge's order 3 times during his testimony not to reference child pornography or any alleged sexual abuse in regards to Christina Parcell or her fiance, Bradley Post. The judge ordered him to 6 months in jail for that. The trial today ended without any cross-reference or cross-examination of Hughes and is expected to continue tomorrow morning.
So yeah, it's a very strange case, that one. And he's just some sort of attention-seeking, swear word. He's just yeah. Here it says attorneys for Zachary Hughes, a concert pianist on trial for the Rose Petal murder, began presenting their case to jurors on Tuesday. Oh, that was the day before. They say NBC4 Hughes' defense strategy centers on an unexpected admission that he acknowledged committing the homicide but contended it was not murder. Really, stop. Put down the crack pipe. Like, stop. So it was Christina Parcell is his victim. And I'm going to try and find you I want to take you back to when it first happened. I remember it's Christina. Yes, it's back here. Wait, hold on. Sorry. Yeah, I know. Sorry. I was going to play it for you. I can't. It's Crime Online. Sorry, we can't use anything from them. Not Crime Online. Court TV. Can't use anything from Court TV. They say here, Zachary has been waiting for this opportunity to tell a group of people like you what really happened, which is that he took the life of Christina Parcell, and crucially, he's been waiting and waiting to tell you why. What did I tell you before? He just wanted his 5 minutes in the spotlight to blab on about whatever he wanted, even if he had to admit that he shot and killed her. They're saying the prosecution said that Zach was mad. He said he had an angry heart, that he wanted to inject himself into this custody dispute of someone he knew, but that's not what happened, and that is not what you're going to hear about why this happened. You're going to hear that this was not done for money or any other personal gain or benefit, not to help out any kind of friend. You're going to hear that this was done for a just cause, and that's not malice, that's not murder. Stop. Stop. What kind of defense attorney actually believes any of this? They say in a 40-page response filed Tuesday, the defense argued that Hughes acted to protect Parcell's daughter from alleged SA. Come on. How dumb do you think the jury is? Judge Patrick Fant, however, rejected the defense of others' argument, stating that Parcell's daughter was at school when her mother was killed. He emphasized that there was no imminent danger to the child at that time. Yeah, it's a weird defense to say that you shot and killed the mom because you're trying to protect the daughter from imaginary SA. Or SA, but yeah, you got nothing to do with it. What are you doing heading over there with a gun and rose petals or a box of roses? Yeah, he's crazy, I swear. Patty L said, Zach played judge, jury, and executioner. I agree. I don't know how you can somehow rectify that in your mind to be okay with driving over to someone's house and killing them for some sort of believed, I don't know, impropriety on someone that you aren't related to that much. It's weird. Yeah, I think he might be. I think he just wanted the attention in court. I think that's what he wanted. Like you heard in that defense statement, it's all about wanting to tell his side of the story and all this kind of crap. It just sounds to me like someone wants attention. I wanted to find if we could find out when it originally Christina from Greer, South Carolina. Yeah, I want to find the original video when this all happened. Actually, let's go back to Fox in Carolina.
Case from 2021, and deputies issued new charges against two people who they say spread explicit images of the victim just a few months before she was killed.
One of them is already in jail, charged with her murder. Christina Parcell was found dead inside her home on Canebrake Drive in October of 2021. Deputies say she was stabbed over 30 times. John Mello and Zachary Hughes are both charged with harassment and criminal conspiracy. Deputies say they worked together to send explicit images of Parcell to several people and businesses. Hughes was already in custody. He is also facing charges for Parcell's murder. Mello and Parcell shared a child.
Now we're bringing you team coverage today. Fox Carolina's Grace Runkle will be breaking down the timeline of those events for us. And Zach Perlutsky was in the court with.
All right, I'm not going to let them blab on for like 10 minutes, but there's a bit more. The gun was in the box. The roses were in a bouquet. He is very disturbed. The fact that he said it was a delivery for her sister as well. It sounds like something out of a horror movie. It really does. Let me close a couple of links. I have far too many things open. Yep, that one. Yeah, let's go to the Independent so we can read a bit more. They say a South Carolina woman was found dead, her body surrounded by rose petals. Now a concert pianist stands trial for her murder. And there you go. There's a photo of her too. Look at the little pug. Look at the little pug. The little dog. And look at this weird guy that looks like he could join that other guy from that Murder for Hire. He could definitely be in some sort of Lord of the Rings as some sort of, I don't know, some sort of elf or some sort of hobbit. He does have that hobbitish look to him. They said a concert pianist, or I could think of other words for him, has performed all over the world. Has he really? Because he sounds like that's what he's doing in court too. He just wants to perform. They're saying Zachary Hughes is no stranger to being in front of an audience, but that spotlight has shifted. Once known as a talented Juilliard-trained prodigy who commanded the stage with his memorized renditions of Beethoven's sonatas, he is now at the center of a far darker performance, murder. Yes, he seems to be that. They say the 33-year-old South Carolina man is accused of fatally stabbing Christina Parcell at least 31 times inside her Greer home on October 13, 2021, in what investigators describe as a very violent killing. I think anyone who gets stabbed multiple times is probably a very violent killing. It doesn't matter how many times. They say a haunting signature allegedly left behind by the killer was a delicate rose petal scattered around Parcell's lifeless body, a gesture eerily similar to the end of a performance in which flowers are tossed up onto the stage. Within a week of the murder, two men were arrested. John Joey Mello, the father of a 10-year-old girl he shares with Parcell, and Parcell's fiance Bradley Post, the man who made the gruesome discovery, but neither were arrested for Parcell's murder. There's a photo of her with the cute dog. They say Post was arrested in connection with a child pornography investigation related to evidence obtained from the murder scene. He now faces a slew of charges, including sexual exploitation of a minor and criminal sexual content. Mello, who's been in the middle of a contentious custody battle with Parcell when she was murdered, was later charged with custodial interference after taking his daughter out of the country in violation of a court order. Both had solid alibis at the time of the murder. So when Hughes, then 29, was arrested for her murder a month later, the connection between the two was a mystery. But investigation revealed his DNA had been found at the crime scene. It was enough. Hughes was charged with murder, harassment, and possession of a weapon during a violent crime. Here's this pianist, whatever he is. They say the mystery was soon solved. when it was discovered that Hughes and Mello, the father of Parcel's daughter, were good friends, and Hughes had allegedly taken his friend aside when the former couple were in the middle of a contentious custody battle, something he took too far, prosecutors would later claim. 3 years after the murder, Hughes' trial finally got underway with opening statements, with prosecutors telling the court that Hughes began inserting himself in the custody battle because the dispute elevated into a situation where the custody might not go in John Mello's way at that point. And they say Zach Hughes made the ultimate decision to go and kill Christina Parcell. So there you go. If you've been following the trial, it's got a lot of twists and turns, but what a lovely woman. Like, so many people are going to kill people in divorce. It's very strange. Are you sure he's not just a penis? He could be. They could have spelt it wrong. You know, spell check gets things wrong every day. He could just be a professional penis. I'm guessing maybe it was spell check. Jojo says, so it isn't good to let a kid practice one thing until they recognize as one of the best in the world as a child. Who knew? That's what I do with my child. I make them practice until they're the best in the world. Sorry, I don't have any children. I don't know what you're talking about. Carolina says, it is unbelievable. That is right. Patty L says, he admitted to kill her, but Mello wanted to pay him to do it. But he said he didn't take any money. He did it because he thought he was doing the right thing. What a weirdo. Why would you insert yourself into a custody dispute that has nothing to do with you? And not just insert yourself, but go and murder the other party. This guy, they say that he's not, like, he's trying to say it's not murder. Yes, it is. Of course it is. You can try and, like, play word salad in front of a jury, but you can't sidestep the fact that it had nothing to frickin' do with you. It had nothing to do with you. It's premeditated. You drove to her house, came up with some sort of bullshit lie about a delivery, and stabbed her over 30 times. How else do you want us to look at that? I mean, the jury's not dumb. They're not going to come back and be like, yeah, we totally believed you're absolute rubbish. No, the jury's pretty clever. Muffin does play a mean piano. Muffin, come here. Hold on. Muff, come here. Here, up. Oh, thank you. Oh. Yeah. Oh, here. Oh. That's all you get. He doesn't want to sit on Dad's lap tonight. He wants to go play. He's off playing over in the other room. He's like, but Dad, I want to play. I want to play with Mum. So he's off there. He's off there playing in the other room with Mum. Marjorie said he's a bit more. He is more than a bit mentally unstable. He is, yeah. Yeah, he's here. We made him a little bed. You guys can't see it. When we get a new camera, we are looking for a new camera, one that has a wider view. You'll be able to see Muffin. He has a little bed here now that's next to my chair. So he sleeps here all day. He's yeah, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just here. So you guys will be able to see Muffin in the future. Carolina says, I'm watching the Madonna trial. I often watch Madonna trial. I don't know what that is. And I wasn't aware of this one. She's the wife of Fabio, hairstylist to celebrities. Oh, I didn't hear about that. Everyone says, hi, Muffin. Hi, Muffin. Actually, where's the other one? Where's Rory? She's in the corridor. Rory, come here. Rory. 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 No, she's not paying attention to me. She wants to know what Mum's doing. I think Mum's going to get some food. So she's like, I'm going to follow Mum in the hope that Mum gives me food, because she just likes food. Patty L says, I'm watching that case also. Fabio Simonelli. I can't say I know much about that. Yeah, let's have a look. Hold on. I'll load it up. Give me a sec.
It was 8 years ago this week that 49-year-old Fabio Simonelli was found dead in his Woodland Hills home, stabbed to death in what investigators initially thought was a home invasion robbery. What they settled on, though, was a brutal love triangle murder. On trial today, the woman who prosecutors say was the mastermind of the killing, Simonelli's wife, Monica. She's accused of plotting the murder with her boyfriend, former porn star Robert Baker. Prosecutors say Monica's goal: get rid of her husband so she and Baker would inherit Fabio's fortune and collect $1.6 million in life insurance.
We're also going to hear them plotting as they sat for hours.
In her opening statement today, Deputy District Attorney Beth Silverman painting the victim, Fabio Simonelli, as a much-loved man with no enemies who rose from a poor immigrant family in Toronto to become a celebrity hairstylist in Canada. Monica's boyfriend, Baker, she told the jury, is a convicted sex offender who's already been sentenced to life in prison without parole for his role in Fabio's stabbing. And a third man who admitted to stabbing Fabio, Chris Austin, pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and is facing 16 years in prison. But Monica, the prosecution says, is the one main conspirator who plotted to kill her husband for money and monitored the murder through her home's surveillance system, all for a new, exciting life with her lover.
The defendant is a compulsive liar, just like Robert Baker, as she tried to maintain these completely different, these two separate lives. One with her family that included Fabio and her daughters, and the more exciting one that she was creating with Baker.
We only heard from the prosecution today, which still has not even wrapped up its opening statements. The trial resumes on Tuesday. It's expected to last about 2 months.
There you go. I actually don't remember when this happened. I don't remember when he died. Maybe I do. I sort of like vaguely remember something, but I know who Fabio is. He used to do the butter ads in the 90s. Does anyone remember that? What is it like? I can't believe it's not butter, and it used to have Fabio in it. He worked for Weller Hair. I remember the ads that they used to have on like nighttime TV, like TV shopping or whatever. And they'd be like, so you can get the beautiful hair. You just have to use the hair product, and it's very good. You know, you don't have to wash it that often. It lasts a really long time. You have the greatest hair. It's very shiny. It's very clean. You just have to use the Weller hair package. Only costs $9,000. I remember that. It's a different Fabio, not the guy with the long hair. I remember the Weller. Wasn't that the same dude? They had no evidence, but now they have her body and nothing. Oh, wrong Fabio. Oh, what was the other Fabio then? What's his name? I'm a kid of the 80s, so you guys got to spell things out for me about some people. I took a long time to come to trial because of COVID. Oh no, yes, no, you're right. That guy, I do remember the guy with the Weller though, because they used to show it here, like after like midnight or whatever. They used to have these stupid ads that played for Weller Hair, like 5 hours after midnight. They'd play them from like 1 a.m. in the morning until like the 6 o'clock news in the morning. I remember that. I thought it was the same dude. I thought he just had different hair. Lanzoni. Oh, okay. Ah, okay. Ah, that's the Wen guy. Ah, Wen. Ah, there was a different company. See, Ping doesn't know. I don't buy this stuff. But I remember there was all these ads that were on in the morning. Hey, Leisha, how are you? I I don't know. He could have been. This is a different. All right, let's have a look at a photo so we're all clear on this. He just. Yeah, good evening to you, Josh. I can hear a video playing in my background. I can't figure out where it's coming from. Guys, hold on. I have to mute myself. Hold on. All right. We're back. I found it. All right. What is it? Fabio Simonelli. No, I don't know who this is. I got no idea. I'll show you a photo. This is the guy who died. No, no, no. I don't know who the hell that is. Fabio. Hold on. This is the one that I remember. This is the guy that I know. This one, I don't know who that is. I've never heard of him before. But you know, we all know this one. The most beautiful man in the world, or whatever they used to call him. But no. The case is about this guy apparently. Okay. So who was he? What did he do? He was a larger-than-life father of 3 who made a major name for himself in the hair industry. Family friends said the 49-year-old was beloved by all. He was a buoyant hairstylist in Canada. He worked his way to the top of high-stakes hair competitions across the globe. The pride of his Italian immigrant family, he moved to Southern California in 2007, living with his second wife, Monica, and their 2 teenage daughters. They say friends who visit Fabio and Monica's home describe the welcoming atmosphere, full of friends and family gathering for food and drinks. Interesting. Yeah, so they're saying when Monica urgently texted her friend Elise in January 2017, asking her to come over, she rushed to the home. She recalls the unusual way she was greeted when she got to the house. A stranger escorted her inside the home with a warning, "Don't step in the blood." Inside, police discovered what they described an extremely gruesome and bloody scene. Fabio was stabbed multiple times in the neck, face, and chest. His prize red Porsche, which was later found 5 miles away with droplets of blood on the inside, was missing. Yeah, so that's weird. So they called a friend over when he was stabbed to death. Okay. All right, let's try and find out more. I want to go back to the beginning on this for a second. Can we find an original thing for it? ABC 2020. Eric's doing this trial. Okay. I'll leave it. I'll let you guys go hang out with Eric and talk about it if he's doing it. I didn't know Eric was doing it. I hope you guys are all watching over on Eric's channel during the day. Hope you're all heading to the docket and hanging out with my buddy. They're saying they allowed his daughter to find their dead father dead. Well, it sounds like they also allowed a friend to come over and witness the crime scene. Almost like they were trying to muddle up or muddy the crime scene with different people's DNA, evidence, hair, all that type of things. Let me see. Apparently not beloved by all as he was murdered. Unfortunately, yes. Did he? He got old and fat. The guy with the big chest and all that? Is he alive anymore? What's his name? What's his full name? His full name, the other one, the Italian actor, Fabio Lenzoni. Is he alive? Yes, he's 65 right now. Can we get a photo of him from recently? I don't seem to have one. I don't know. He seems to look like the same dude. Seems to look like the same guy, really, just old. Well, sorry, older. Here he is. This is him from like a year ago. I don't think he got old and fat. He still looks pretty good for a 65-year-old man. If I look like that at 65, I'd be pretty happy. Eric is the Docket. If you the Docket YouTube channel, Eric is the host of that channel. So if he does a lot of like the crime things and stuff like that. He does court cases. That's why it's called the Docket, because they do like live coverage of court cases every day. Yeah. Let me just check this. All right. You guys talking about gold prices. Thanks for that. Thank you for your investment opportunities. Okay. Last one for tonight. They say coroner unable to determine cause of death of Brisbane woman Leslie Trotter, who ended up in a suburban wheelie bin. Very strange case. Let's listen to this for a minute.
The hunt for the body of missing Brisbane woman Leslie Trotter is continuing, with a massive investigation ramping up. Josh Bavis joins us live from Toowong this evening, where Ms Trotter was last seen. Josh, good evening to you. Police should have another update soon.
Well, Mia, police have said that they are expected to deliver an update to the media tomorrow. Detectives had said that they would explain this evidence that they have seen and cited to suggest that Leslie Trotter is now deceased. The body of the 78-year-old has not yet been found. Many locals in this area saying that they're rattled to hear of what's unfolded here, particularly so because the homicide squad is now involved. 40 detectives are now involved in this investigation, and a 24/7 situation room has been set up at the Indooroopilly police station just for this investigation. Mia, as those details and developments come to hand, we'll bring those to viewers over the next 24 hours.
Thanks for that, Josh.
All right, but that's not all. That was a old news thing. They say here, hey, get me rid of that. They say here a Queensland coroner has ruled Brisbane woman Leslie Trotter is dead almost 2 years after her mysterious disappearance outside her suburban home. Trotter was 78 when she was reported missing from her Toowong unit in March 2023. At the time, police determined that she had been inside a wheelie bin, or for you Americans, a rubbish bin, on Clayton Lane when it was collected by a rubbish truck on the morning of Tuesday, March 28th. It was unknown if she was alive or dead before the bin was collected, and her body subsequently transported to a waste transfer station. Despite an extensive search involving police and defense personnel sifting through around 3,000 tons of rubbish at multiple waste transfer stations across the city, her body has never been found. They say coroner Donald McKenzie has now ruled that Trotter is deceased, but her cause of death still remains undetermined. Detectives at the time revealed Trotter was known to have fussed over recycling from her waste in her neighbor's bins, and that it may have contributed to the events that unfolded that morning. They have reportedly considered a number of theories, including that she may have suffered a medical episode or that she possibly climbed into the bin. Her family have been provided with the findings from the coroner's office, and a spokesperson for the Coroner's Court of Queensland issued a statement saying, "The coronial investigation into the death of Miss Leslie Trotter is now finalised, with chamber findings provided to the family. Coroner McKenzie found that Miss Trotter is deceased, but the cause of her death remains undetermined. No further information will be released at this time. So they believe that somehow she got into the bin and her body was taken to a landfill, but that even after extensive searching at the landfill, they weren't able to locate her at all. That shows you how hard landfill searches really are. Like they sort of knew where her body was and where, like, what time it was collected, by what bin, on what street. It's a very difficult task to search through landfill. And they knew all that information and they still couldn't find her.
Case that baffled Brisbane.
The search for a woman missing from Toowong is intensifying.
Leslie Trotter vanished without a trace on March 27 last year, sparking a major search of bushland. But a breakthrough was made far closer to home, metres from her front door.
40 detectives are tonight probing whether a woman's recycling habits may be linked to her sudden death.
Police working off a theory, rising neighbourhood tensions over rubbish.
There'd been some complaints made with respect to that activity. Sometimes people's trash would be left on the roadway.
She clears up a lot for them. She was always there checking the bins.
She used to try to chase the neighbours that didn't take their bins back in off the road.
I can't rule out foul play.
Police suspect her body was put in a bin which was collected by a rubbish truck and taken to a waste facility where a painstaking search took weeks.
Load after load of landfill piled up in 30-centimetre high lanes.
We will be able to search through about 200 tonne of rubbish per day.
But after sifting through it all, nothing. They called off the search in May, conceding her remains may never be found.
When you get the body of a person, you then have a lot more information available to you in terms of, evidence.
From police today, investigations into this incident are ongoing and several inquiries are yet to be finalised. Still, an open investigation a year on as Leslie's family waits for answers that may never come.
Even with a coronial inquest now completed, they still don't fully have the answers of what happened to her. They have some theory, but no actual proof that that's what happened. They just, a 3,000 cubic ton search of landfill at several different transfer stations, and they could not locate her at all. That is amazing. That is a huge search of landfill, and they came up empty-handed. They may never actually find her. It's a good possibility that she'll never actually be located, which is an extremely sad end to her life. It sounds like she was a nice lady, helped her neighbors out by, putting the rubbish in the bins or in the recycling, and brought bins in for people. Sounds like she was a good neighbor and just trying to be a good person in her street. But may have fallen into a bin, may have been placed in a bin, they don't know. And the coroner couldn't figure it out either, but the coroner has declared her dead and released the findings of that coronial inquest to her family. So, very sad story. I mean, I don't know. You would have thought they'd be able to find her if they knew, like, what day, what time, what truck. But even then, they still could. This is like an example of the landfill search. But, same thing happened in that missing woman from Texas. They searched a landfill for about a week too, thinking that she was in there. And they were pretty sure she was in there. And they could not find her. Her husband now on trial for her murder. And there you go. There's an example of them searching that landfill. And not able to find her at all. Hold on, I'm trying to catch up with you guys. I'm not sure. I guess they figured that Cushy, what they call fussed over the bins. They just assumed, being that it was a bin day, that she fell into the bin. Let's see. She wasn't well liked. I think she was a little OCD over the rubbish bins, and neighbors were putting rubbish into her bin, and they were getting pissed off. Like, she was getting annoyed with people, and there was a few little fights between neighbors. I don't know if they think she was placed in the bin. They're not sure. They're not sure if someone killed her and put her in the bin, or she fell in and had a medical episode. They don't know. I don't think there's any, like, for sure. Here we go. Hold on. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure that's the information I have, is that they're not sure. Yeah, let's go to the ABC. Yeah, see, coroner unable to determine cause of death of Brisbane 78-year-old Leslie Trotter. Yeah. Queensland police said they had evidence her body was in a wheelie bin, which was picked up by a rubbish truck the day she was reported missing. Authorities sifted through thousands of tons of waste, but were unable to find her. Police revealed they had three main theories about what happened to Miss Trotter: that she had a medical episode when she went to collect the recycling, she met with misadventure, or she met with foul play. A spokesperson for the Coroner's Court of Queensland confirmed the coronial investigation into Miss Trotter's death had been finalised. And that's it. And here's another image of that search of the landfill. That's an overhead shot of all the rubbish they were looking through. They searched for about a month and a half in the landfill and couldn't find her. Interesting. They say mail addressed to a home a few doors down from Miss Trotter's was found, a sign they perhaps got close to her remains. But QPS said the dump's decomposing waste went from well-defined items to a layer of black sludge. They say, so when they were searching, they found some information from a house nearby, but they said the rest of it was like black goo. Like, it was very hard to search through. They said Miss Trotter had just sold her home and planned to move into a retirement village before she went missing. On March 28, 2023, her brother stopped by for a visit to find her unit was unlocked and the door ajar. He discovered Miss Trotter's phone and wallet were still inside the home and reported her missing. Friends and family first thought that she may have gone for a walk, had been injured, or become lost. But 10 days after her disappearance, police revealed to the media that investigators were now searching for the missing woman's body. They say Miss Trotter was an avid bushwalker, gym goer, and cyclist who had been living in her Maryvale Street unit for almost 4 decades. She was the head of a body corporate for her complex and was known to hold her neighbors' curb appeal to a high standard. Local residents said Miss Trotter was passionate about where she lived, with one neighbor telling the ABC she was absolutely pedantic about the rubbish. She would rummage through people's bins to ensure everything was recycled correctly. She was collecting cans for charity. It was for the grandson of a friend of hers. Neighbors said they never saw her jump inside a bin, but would often see Miss Trotter reaching inside to look at the contents. In a statement to the ABC on Thursday, QPS said it had conducted multiple search operations and detectives examined substantial amounts of evidence, footage, and information from the public, and more. Police continue to urge anyone with information or relevant footage or evidence, no matter how small or insignificant it may seem, to come forward. So there you go. That's the latest thing. Okay. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate it. Kathy said that there's a photo of that Fabio guy that looks less than, complimentary. But unfortunately, I can't download it, I don't think. Oh, yes. So, yeah, very sad case. And the coroner now has completed that inquiry. No answers. They don't know either. So, very, very awful for her family to go through that. that process of a coronial inquiry, but get nothing. Basically, they don't get any idea of what happened. Here's that photo that Kathy sent, and this is the one of Fabio, what he looks like today, apparently. So he definitely has some hair thinning, right? He definitely has a bald patch on his head. He'll have to get a Turkish hair transplant. I'm sure he can afford it. Kathy says you don't rummage through people's bins so that you can fuss at them. It is a thing, like, if I speak very quietly, I can tell you. We have some people that do that around here. It is not cool. It's very annoying. Khaliza said, sounds like she was obsessed with the trash. It's sad whatever happened to her. Some people get so anal about the trash and going through other people's bins and bags and things like that. It's very annoying. It's like, just leave it alone. You know, some people throw out private things too. Like, what if you're a diabetic that throws out like needles or something, you know? What if you're taking hormone injections or something like that and you throw that out? Or like, what if it's just sanitary waste from, you know, a lady or something? You know, you don't, why would you want to go through that and touch that? So yeah, the family I don't think will get any other information. Turkish? Yeah, they do the Turkish hair transplant for men. So you can go to Turkey and they'll do the surgery to give you like hair. They go in a sharps box. No, not everyone. Some people do. Some people don't do that. I can assure you that I've seen it. You're supposed to, but not everyone does that. By the way, I wanted to thank Kathy. I really appreciate the donation. It's very, very kind of you. Hold on. Yeah, you guys are very kind. My friend Jay-Z, who I'm going to call Jay-Z. I know who that is in the chat though, but thank you very much. And Kathy Lynch, I appreciate it. You know, it's very kind. It's a ton of effort to do these shows week in and week out. And the people who support the channel like that make it easier to keep doing it. I promise. Kaliza said, I don't want to ever get old enough to get to the point where I'm going through my neighbor's trash. You'll get there. You'll get there. Jojo says, right, it sounds like she had hobbies as well, but still couldn't leave the garbage alone. Yeah. She was saving the planet one bin at the time. She was Captain Planet. She was Captain Planet. All right. I think we're just about done. We've shoved someone last night. Who was that? Someone left a comment yesterday. Who was it? Montana says, I'm rewatching the best latest show. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that comment. And Blaze says she missed the show yesterday, but it was a jam-packed show that I missed. I don't know how you're able to cover so many cases in one show. That's what we do here. Give you the best headlines from around the world on one show every evening. The latest show on YouTube for true crime. That's what we do here. That's what we do. Jojo says she should have invested in gold. That's right. She should have bought gold. That'll just keep going up in price forever. It's a finite resource that's not coming back. So make sure you invest in your in precious metal. It'll always go up forever. So, all right, we almost did. What was it? We almost did about 2 hours tonight. It's not bad, but it's quite late, so everyone's gone off to bed. I hope all the people that are affected by this storm that's going across the USA with all the ice, I hope you're okay. You fell asleep last night? Okay, good. I'm glad you got some sleep. I know Texas and what other states are affected? Let's see. Winter storm barrels across the eastern USA as 100 million face freezing temperatures. I hope everyone's okay out there. North Carolina, the southern mid-Atlantic, and like Texas, the Canadian border to the Gulf. Apparently, anywhere from the Canadian border to the Gulf Coast is going to feel this cold, snap. They say the storm dumped several inches of snow over states like Kentucky, Virginia, and West Virginia that were ravaged by a deadly rainstorm just last weekend. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear urged residents to stay off the road and asked that those without power find somewhere else to stay while temperatures remain below freezing. Yeah, and apparently Texas is cold, Oklahoma, Kansas, like everywhere is going through crazy low temperatures, even in North Dakota. So everyone east of the Rockies, everyone east of the Rockies is getting getting very cold. So I hope everyone stays warm. Spring is not too far away. It's about a month away. Yeah, you got to go to bed. It's like 25 degrees. That is very cold. I hope you have a good heater. Minus 3.8. That is cold. It gets down here where I live in Melbourne in the depth of winter. It gets down to like -2. So some days down, some overnight, not during the day, only sort of overnight. It gets down to -2 in where I live. Yeah, so that's the coldest it sort of gets in Melbourne. If you go further out, it gets a little cooler, -5, -3, that type of thing. But yeah, -1 or -2 in July is pretty normal. So it gets pretty cold in Melbourne. Kaliza says 9 degrees in Oklahoma. Whoa, that is a cold night out there. Make sure you have your snuggie. Make sure you have your heated blanket on your bed. 500 blankets. Your internal heating going. Stay warm. Get all your pets on the bed. Snuggle with them. Share body warmth. Yeah, it is freezing in Oklahoma. You have good heat, internal heat. Yeah, it's cold, right? Oklahoma, jeez. All right. Be good out there, okay? I will be back tomorrow night. We will have more fun tomorrow. I promise. We'll be back tomorrow. Sean, I caught you. I saw it. Before I turn the button every night, Sean tries to sneak in there at the last second before I touch that button to turn off the show. But today I caught him. I caught him. Sean, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Because I actually before we go, I was reading yesterday that Stan is like a streaming service in Australia, STAN. They are doing a new documentary on Erin Patterson. One of our viewers actually emailed me last night. Someone that follows the channel called Maria. She emailed me saying that there's a documentary from, I think it's Stan or Channel 9. They're doing it's going to be called, what did she say in the email? Hold on. Let me go to my emails. Maria. Okay. It's going to be called Death Cap. It's going to be called Death Cap. I don't know who's doing it. I don't know what, other than the company that'll air it. I'm not sure who's making it or who's involved or if it's a drama or a documentary. I think it's a documentary. But it's called Death Cap. I don't know when it comes out either. But we are actually heading to that trial late April. I will be in Morwell and we'll be doing live trial coverage from an Australian courthouse. I can't stream inside the courthouse, very much like how in America you can't do that. But I'll be doing a after show as soon as we get out of court for the day. I'm going to sit in the court all day and take notes, and then I will be on the air and I'll tell you everything that happened in court that day. So it's going to be a huge mission The undertaking to go out there for 2 weeks has been the planning. We've been planning for months. It's a lot of work. So, because I'm going to be away from home for like 2 weeks for the trial, so it's going to be interesting. Trisha says, "Good morning from Dundee, UK. Thursday is my favorite day. One more sleep till Brandy weekend." That's right, Trisha. Brandy weekend. Get the Friday night drinks on. Trisha, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. The Morwell witch is maybe better. Well, she was from not Morwell though. She's from I've got a mental blank. It's not Morwell. The town she's from is south of Morwell. It's like an hour south of the courthouse. So, yeah. I don't know too much more other than that. Just that Maria emailed me last night telling me about it. So I don't know. Maybe I'll see them at the trial or something. Apparently there's 2 documentary crews coming from the USA too. There's one for a Netflix documentary, and there's another for I don't know, Oxygen maybe. I don't know. But there's 2 American TV crews coming to Australia to cover the trial. It's going to be bonkers. Plus, then you got all the Australian media, all the YouTubers that'll be there, me included. And yeah. But hey, I've covered that case since the very first mention in the paper. There is no other channel on YouTube that can claim that. I promise, because I searched the weekend that I first did my very first show on Aaron Patterson. I searched YouTube to see if anyone else was covering it, and no one else was. So that's my claim to fame, that I was the first one to cover it. Will you get in? I hope so. I'm staying very close to the hotel. I mean, staying very close to the courthouse. So hopefully, I will be allowed. Yes, apparently there are going to be cameras in this courthouse. Now, I read that is pretty rare, but apparently they are going to televise part of the trial. I don't know which part. I don't know if it's all day, but I heard there will be TV cameras in the trial, which is really rare for an Australian trial. Leongatha, that's it. Well, she's not actually from Leongatha either, but that's a different story. Don't worry. Leongatha is one of the places that her family is from, but she's not. I don't think she's actually from Leongatha. She's from somewhere else. So, long story. Yes, cameras apparently are going to be allowed in the trial. So, I don't know if they're going to be live TV cameras or they're just recording. I don't know. I don't work for a TV station, so no idea. Erin Patterson, the lady who cooked a beef Wellington and is accused of killing 3 people and attempting to murder her ex-husband via poisoning. Yeah, with magic mushrooms. Not magic mushrooms. Death cap mushrooms. Ping has got magic mushrooms on the mind. I must need a night of fun. All right. I love you all. I love you all very much. We'll be back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night for another couple of hours of the best true crime headlines across Australia and the USA, UK, wherever. We'll be back tomorrow night, okay? I love you all. Good night. Stay warm out there. It is freezing. Go make a fire. Turn on your heating. Get a million blankets. Look like, you could bundle up and all you can see is your eyes. That's what you should do. Gayla, thank you very much for being a good moderator. Same with Kathy Lynch and my friend Moonlight View, she is the one and original moderator of this channel. The best. All right. Love you all. Good night. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you later. We have to go. You can't stay here. It's like the pub. You must go now. All right. Bye.